Hey everyone, welcome to this channel. Today I'll be showing you how to utilize AWS EC2 with auto scaling, load balancing and code deploy. Let's get started. So first thing we have to go, log in the AWS console, and then you will see here EC2 option, and just search by the EC2. Click on the EC2. From there, start a new instance. It will take only a few seconds. Here you can select whatever your OS requirements are, but if you are not sure about what AMI to use, I will suggest either go with the Linux 2 AMI, that is AWS own image, or you can go with the Ubuntu. Now since I am more used to Ubuntu system, I will go with the Ubuntu 18.04 version. Okay, let's go. Select this. Then there will be coming an option to select the what is the family type you want to choose. We'll be choosing that here. Let's see, here it comes. It will not take much time. Okay, escape. Okay, here T2 micro is the cheap and free trial available. I will go with that. But again, here what think about what are the your requirements are. I mean, you need two CPUs and, or 2 GB, then you should go for like T2 medium. Or if you have production requirement, then you could go with M model or some CPU NISI model or memory. As per your application need, actually you should go for. Here, just for the sake of the demo, I will go with the T2 micro. Okay, now important part is here. Where is the configured instance? Here the next step itself. Click on that, and there we need to give a config. This script I have to supply here. Because why I'm giving it? Because I need that whenever the new machine start in the auto scaling group, it should just come with the pre-installed like auto installed code deploy. So that I will, in the user data, I will do that. Okay, and see here, if you come here, this line itself, they are pulling the binary from the S3, so we have to give a S3 role. Now let's create a IAM role. Here we'll click on the select create role, and then we will select, see, common use case was we are creating a role for EC2, so we'll select EC2 here. Then next permissions, here we simply want S3 read access. Let's give that. Search by the S3, and here we'll get Amazon S3 read only access. Let's click on the tags. We don't need to go with tags. Okay, so AWS EC2 S3 S3 permissions. Similar like whatever you can give, or maybe S3 access, S3 read only access, S3 read only access, and that's it. Okay, AWS EC2 S3 read only access. Get role. Okay, and it should create the role quickly. It's done. Now let's come back to here and just do a refresh, then search with it. Yeah, this one, AWS EC2 S3 read access role. Okay, now I think we're done. Let's review. And here see, we are allowing that SSH port 22. We need additional port to be open, that is port 3000, so that we can run our Node.js application. I have programmed it like to port in port 3000, but you can program it to any port. But let's say port 3000 it will be running, and so we are allowing port 3000. Again, I will disable this one later, but not now. Anywhere. Let's review and launch. Not maybe, it should be anywhere. Okay, review and launch, and we are good to go. Now here you can, suppose you have your own key, you can just go with that. If you don't have key, select the create new pair, key pair. They will ask you to enter the name of the key, and you can download the key. Now I already have one key, that's why I'm not creating new one. But for you, if you need one, you can always create one. Launch instance. Give it few seconds to load. Click here. It will take few seconds to open up, like getting started. Give it some time, and now it's running. Now right click on that and then click on connect. Then go to SSH tab, and this is the command to connect. Okay, I already have the key in my local system. Okay, let's see. Okay, and let's see. Agent is not installed yet. Give it some time because it's just started, so it will take few seconds to process it. Yeah, see, it's up. How can we check that it's running fine or not? If we can go here, this is the command sudo service code deploy agent status to see code deploy agent running or not, and it's running. So let's stop this one. Now we are good to go, and let's see. Now we have to set up our first application. Like it should be our use this image as a template, launch configuration template. Okay, now let's to do that, let's first install our application, and it's in code deploy. This is the one. First we need to install the dependency, but for that also we need Node.js, right? So let's install Node.js using npm. It's easy to using npm is very easy to install Node.js and do all this kind of stuff. So let's do it. It's pretty fast. Now let's run this also, so it will be ready to use. Yes. Now npm install v12. It will install Node.js version 12. It is version. Then, but thing is, if you see normally, if you run Node.js will work, but if you use sudo node -v, it doesn't going to work. Okay, because it's not in sudo mode, not as a root. Now to do that, let's say I like this article, which exactly does what we want here. So let's write this command. If we do that and use sudo node -v, you'll see now it's working. Okay, now let's get back to the thing we've done. Now let's install the dependencies. Let's see what we have in the dependencies first. In the dependencies we have Express, I think config Express MySQL, because it doesn't matter, just the Express is important here. So npm install, and we'll get installed very quickly. Okay, now if we run here, it should work fine. If we go in the EC2 and we have the IP here, and if we try to access via the IP, and it should work. Yeah, it's working. Okay, so we have a image now, a machine now, which working fine. Now let's create an image from this machine, and using that we will create the launch template. Okay, let's do it. But first thing is that we have to install the pm2, because we cannot keep running in the console, so we have to run it in background. If you don't know what is pm2, let's search npm pm2. You will find it here. Give it some time to load. We'll install it, npm pm2 -g, and it will install it. Actually, we should have done it using sudo mode. Let's do that in sudo mode. See, it's going to list. Is it working? Yeah, I thought so. Let's installing sudo mode. Now, it's not recommended to use sudo everywhere as a root, but for this demo purpose, we are in hurry, right? Okay. All good. Now it's done. and now we will start the application. If you follow my last examples, which you should follow, there I have using this command to start the instance. So let's start the node server. So let's do that. Okay, it's online, and if we do that now, we are not running in normal console. It should work, and it's working. Okay, so now this is also working. All good. You are good to go now. Let's do that. Now let's create an image from this instance. So we'll go to instances, just how to do it from, like normally you log in and go to instances. So there, right click on it. There is a thing called image, and if you do right click and then go to image and templates, create image from this template. See, create image. Click on that. Let's make it a Node YouTube demo. Say Node YouTube demo. Node.js application image for demo. No reboot. I want it to be no problem for me, and yeah, the thing is all good for each of the volume. So it should be no problem. Let's start the create image and see. If you go to the snapshots, sorry, AMIs, you will say Amazon Missing Image, you see pending. This one I tried earlier just for my practice purpose. Then for the domain purpose, I'm creating this one. So we can actually delete this one. Just deregister and we'll get removed. It will take some time, so that's it for that. And once it's back, we'll continue. Okay, now our image is ready. Now we will create our auto scaling launch configuration. Let's get started. Okay, but before even showing you the that launch configuration, let me just scroll to the side and auto scaling group, so that you can understand why when we are going to create the auto scaling configuration. Okay, see, there is the auto scaling group name and then the launch template. Now we are not going to work with launch template, so switch it to the launch configuration. Just click on the switch to launch configuration. There you'll see I have not added new configuration for the newly created image. So let's get started. We will create the launch configuration. On the left side, just go down, and yes, there you will see launch configuration. After clicking on creating a new configuration, here we will enter the name Node app launch configuration. Okay, and then what should be our image? Node.js YouTube demo, instance type. It's up to your use case what you want to do, but for our case, we'll give just T2 micro. I think it will be enough. AMI profile, we need the S3 role. If you remember, S3 role early access, because we want to update the code deploy agents when the new instance launch. Volume is there. Security group. Yeah, let's create a security group. Call it Node app server security server auto scaling security group. I know it's a big name, but it's easy to remember. Okay, done. Now custom TCP, I want port 80 to be allowed. I want port 3000 to be allowed, just for the testing part. Maybe we'll remove it later. And I want port 22. Again, for production server you should never enable this one, but for this testing purpose and demo purpose, I'm showing it. Okay, now let's see. Let's choose existing instance. We have our devs. I have created in last tutorial. Click on the create launch configuration. So we have now our node app launch configuration. Let's go with that. Now, when creating auto scaling group for first time, I will not show how to do that, or maybe I will show you how to utilize the existing load balancer. Let's see. Okay, so now with this auto scale launch configuration, we are going to create a auto scaling group. Okay, let's say node app server auto scaling group. Okay, click on next. See here you can select the launch configuration. I have already selected launch configuration. Now click on next. Now network VPC. You can create your own VPC and assign it here. We're just going with the default because to keep the demo short. Select the all the subnets that you might need. Okay, click on next. Now you can attach an existing load balancer. You can attach to new load balancer. You can just go ahead without load balancer. We can just go ahead and create a new load balancer and attach here. So let's do it. So this is load balancer. Give it a name. Call it Node.js Node app load balancer. Intent facing all good. 480. Let's enable default group and enable for all the subnets. This is going to be a security group. Allow port 80. So node app LB SG. We want the port 80 only. Next, configure routing. Here new target group, and for this target group say node app TG. Okay, node app target group. Port will be 3000 because I'm running on 3000 port. Path is this 3000. Okay, this is the stat health check. So what happens behind the scene, the target groups and load balancer keep checking that instances are working fine or not. If those are not saying the proper response to, like here you are expecting 200, see the success score is 200. If not that not come, then it just stop the instance, terminate it and create a new one. That's what happens. Okay, so targets, and we can just go without any target for now. So this is the node app load balancer, and let's create it. And you're done. Okay, come here and say attach existing load balancer. Just refresh it, and you have the new load balancer here. Health checks. UCD auto scaling replaces instances to that fail health check. Of course, I just told you now. Okay, now enable. You can enable it for the detailed monitoring. Now, what are the desired capabilities for the demo purpose? I mean, you can start with 1, no problem, or 0 also no problem. But for the demo purpose, I will just start with 2. So 2 minimum, 2 desired. You cannot have 1 desired, 2 minimum, because the desired have to be either equal or more than the minimum. Okay. Now target scaling policy. Say even if it is higher CPU than 80%, then increase the number of the instance. Okay. Say high average CPU. Okay. Instance scaling policy. Okay, all good. Next, notification. Ooh, I will show you that later. It will be better. Okay, attacks later. We all set to go. Let's see. Create auto scaling group. Okay. See updating capacity. Right now, 0 instance. Of course, we just created a group. As soon as the instances are up, if you go to the EC2 instances screen, you will see new instance getting created. It will take few I will say few seconds, or could be minutes, depends, but it will be pretty fast. See, this is the showing the node app server auto scaling group. So wait for that. Even load balancer itself also will get started. Say listeners port 80 and it's then forward to here port 3000. Okay, let's see our code now. So actually you should make that API, that status check to slash status, right? So let's do that. So go to the load balancers, see load balancing, then the target groups. If you can go by the from the load balancer and just click on the listeners and then click on this target group, or there is target group directly is there. You can just click on the target group, and there health check should be here, health check settings. So we can tell it like check in the status, this one, right? Yes, save it, advanced settings 3000 port. This traffic port is also 3000, no problem. Let's go with that. Okay, all set. Now let's see auto scaling group, and here desired to and all minimum is all there. If you click on the instance management, you'll see 2 instances up and running and healthy. Now if I go via the load balancer and see there is a URL, let's try to load that in our browser. Give it some time. Could be provisioning still. Is active. Gateway timeout happening. So let's see why gateway timeout happening. So if we go to load balancers, so auto scaling group also, instance management, healthy. So what could be the problem? Let's find out. Targets unhealthy, request timeout happening. Let's see. And it should be connected. Instead of root, it should be Ubuntu. Let's do that. Okay, and let's see, it will connect pretty fast. Let's see, sudo then pm2 list. It's running. Localhost 3000, that also working, and status, that is also working. So then why these are timing out? Let's see. Let's go to target groups, this request timeout. So somehow request getting timeout on port that they're saying, but it should be working fine. Let's find out what could be issue. Maybe it takes some time to ping and all. Let's say the security group just in case. So target groups and this instances, then security group. It should, okay, I did mistake. It should be 3000 port, should be allowed from anywhere. Okay, so let's do that, and this time it should work. Mistake happens, so don't worry on this. While you work, many kind of mistake happens, so it's perfectly fine. Let's see, this time it should work, and yes, working. So we have successfully configured the load balancer with autoscaling group. Now comes the part about code deploy. Okay. To that, let's search about. So it's working. So if we go to the target group and here, just to refresh, it will become healthy soon. So don't worry on that part. But our application is working now. So don't worry, it will become healthy. Now let's go to the code deploy. Now we'll configure code deploy with this application load balancer and the autoscaling group. Let's see. So we have, let's make a change. So we'll make it version 2. Let's stop this one and make it a little big. So let's make it a little bit change here. Say version 2 changes. Just for example. Okay. Get push origin. Not origin, in the first in the origin and then in the other way in upstream. Not origin, is upstream directly. Okay. And the code will be pushed there, but we are not going to do any automation. I just want to show step by step. Okay, so let's first create a autoscaling first create a code deploy application. So we'll call it node application node app server deployment. Okay, is easy to on premises as a computer platform. Then create application, and after the application created, you should go and create a new deployment group. So let's do that. Create deployment group and enter deployment group name. Let's call it node app server deployment group. Okay, service role, we need to give it a role, the code deploy role. Now how to create the role, you can just directly go to my previous session and do it, but here just for the sake of simplicity I'll show how. So we'll create a role for the code deploy, so that code deploy can do all this kind of stuff. Okay, so click on IAM. I have already created 2 roles. Let's say new role I'm creating just for you guys. Okay, so roles, and there click on the create role and then search for code deploy. Here, code deploy, then click permissions. See, it's already selected. And tags, nothing needed. If you want, you can add it. So code deploy service role new, you can give that way, git role, and that's it. You have the role now. You can come here, you can just do reload the page. Let me reload the page just for you guys. Okay, let's give the name. Service role should be available now. See, code deploy service role new. Now what kind of deployment do you want? Do you want to do in place? Then in place means directly to happen inside, I mean in directly inside the instance, the things will happen. The application start, stop, then the build install step and all this kind of step that is required will happen if it's in place. Blue green, a new, like a replica of your current instance will created in like in the new environment, isolated one. There everything will happen and it will get replaced in the DNS level. For this demo, just to keep the simplicity, I will go with the in place. Okay, now see environment configuration. You can select either autoscaling group. Let me show you. You can go either autoscaling group. You can select the instances or on-premise instances. Now here we are just going with the EC2 instance auto scaling, because that's why I created the auto scaling group, isn't it? Okay, select the node app server auto scaling group. Okay, now deployment settings, we can do all at once, but in normal production you should never go with all at once, otherwise customer will start complaining. Here we can go one by once at a time. Okay, you can create own deployment configuration. If you're not sure, you can go watch my previous tutorial, there I've covered that. Load balancer, yes, we have a load balancer, application load balancer, and the target group is this. Okay, additional option, just see, we're no trigger, all good, we are all set to do it. Create deployment group, and our deployment group is done. Now I have made a change, made it version 2. Now if I go to my, let's see, instances, in the, if you go here itself, in the load balancer it's giving that, right? So let's see, EC2, and then load balance in target group. Previously it was showing unhealthy, right? Now if we go and click on the targets, you'll see Aura healthy now, because I missed the port number wrong there, right? Okay, now yeah, the point is now we are going to deploy my new change in both of these instances. How to do that? You can see, let's create deployment. There you can see here, no deployment group. My application stored in S3 or in the GitHub. You can just GitHub token name. Here we are going for the Amazon S3. Okay, so let's push it. For that we're going to create a new bucket. So let's call it, go to S3, and there we'll create a bucket. Call this bucket, say, node app YouTube demo. Okay, let's go, and we want to enable the versioning here, of course. Then enable the description. As a good practice, always enable the encryption. Okay, okay, what we missed, okay, it must not have a content uppercase, so let's make it YouTube demo, all smaller, YouTube. Okay, all set. Create bucket, and within few seconds it will get created. There it is. Now we will run a command in the local console to push the change and make a build and push the changes in the S3. So the command is this. You will see the project link. I will give it in the first comment, or in the as well as in the description section. So you can just go ahead and get all the codes. Okay. So application name I will give there. Let's first change the bucket. This is the bucket, and if you go to the code deploy, application name is node server deployment. You just click on the application, go here, and this is the name. Okay, we are all set. Now let's push the changes. It will take few seconds. The build will get, the zip will generated, and then it will be pushed to the S3. So it will take few seconds. So don't worry. After that done, I'll just refresh the page and you'll see it's coming here. It's quite easy. If you think that way, you can just simply first create an instance, then make an image of that instance. After the AMI image is done, you can create auto scaling group launch configuration. From there, you can create an auto scaling group, and after that, you can either directly in that screen itself you can create one load balancer, or normally you already have one load balancer. just attach the load balancer to the auto scaling group, and that's it. You have a complete scalable application. Now we are making it more advanced. We are doing auto deployment. So suppose you have 100, 200,000 servers, and you want your changes to be pushed in the servers. You cannot do manually. You should not rely on other tools, other non-standard tools. This is a very standard tool, and it's make our life a lot easier, right? So always go for this one. Now it's done. So let's refresh the page, and we'll see it's pretty fast. And now we have our division here. Zip, deployment description, no need, and we are pretty much done. All at once, rollback, no need, make a deployment. You'll see it will come here. As soon as the deployment is done, you will see instead of version 1 it will show version 2. So let's do it. If you click on the view events, you will see what are the events. So you will see previous tutorial, there was no such as block traffic, before block traffic, after block traffic, but it was starting from application stop. But this time there will be such events, so you can utilize, suppose the block traffic happening, you want to notify other customers or your own development teams and all that cases, that is required. It should not take much time, because this is the only block traffic, and after allow block traffic, and after allow block traffic. These are the events take time from application stop to before allow the validation service. It's pretty fast, so don't worry on that part. What is happening? So let me explain the flow. I think that will be great, right? So say online sketchpad, and let me show the entire logic how it works. Then will be very easy to understand. So first we had created one EC2, right, with code deploy agent installed. From there we created the Amazon AMI, right? We created one AMI, like you did all kind of setup, like you install the dependencies, and then we install like PM2 and Node.js, all these kind of things. There we have generated the AMI. Then we have created from the AMI a launch configuration, right? From the launch config, we have created auto scaling group. Right? Then we attached a load balancer to it. Like we have attached a load balancer. Right? Then application ready. Then we created what? We have created one code deploy application. Then we have created code deployment group. And then we created one deployment, and that is what we are running. Right, this is the entire flow. Now let's see what's happening. So it will take few minutes, might be. Then it will be done. Deployments are done. You can see the both deployments are done now, and so let's go and check what is the version. So okay, version 2. So it's worked. Let's do refresh and see it's working all fine. Yeah, it's working all fine. So you understand how the code deployment work with auto scaling group and the load balancer. I hope it will be helpful for your projects. If you want to have more of the auto scaling and more of the stability in the application, more high availability. On those cases, this will be very useful for you. Now, if you like this video, give it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel, and make sure to click on the bell icon, okay, so that when I upload new video, we'll get notified very soon. And thank you as always. Thanks for being with me all this long video, and hope to see you again in my next video.